In this lecture, we will discuss about the word problems which are based on linear equations in two variables. Word problems are of different types. They are based on digits, two-digit numbers, fractions, age, speed, time, upstream, downstream. So we will be discussing some word problems in which the formed equations may be in standard form or maybe in not standard form. So both the type of word problems we are going to discuss. So let's take first example. The sum of digits of a two-digit number is 15. The number obtained by interchanging the digits exceeds the given number by 9. Find the number. Whenever you get a word problem, see the last line. What are they asking? Find the number. And what type of number is that? Two-digit number. Any two-digit number when we take. For example, 45. The actual form of this number is 40 plus 5, or we may say 4 into 10 plus 5 into 1. Any two-digit number, we write this is the ones place and this is the tens place. In this case, we do not know the number. It means what we have to assume this as one variable and this as other variable. Why? Because we are doing the question based on linear equations in two variables. So what will be our assumption? Let the number be xy. When we are saying let the number be xy, the meaning of this xy is not x into y. It is two-digit number. It means that x is at the tens place and y is at the ones place. So when we see the original number, this number further can be written in the expanded form 10x plus y. The previous example what I gave you 45, if you interchange the number, then whatever was on the tens place will come to the ones place and ones place will go to the tens place. So the interchange number is 54. Same thing we have to do over here. So the number assumed is xy. It means we can just call it as a original number. Original number is 10x plus y. Now the condition says the number, the sum of the digits are x and y. So the first condition is simply you just add the digits of the number, that is equal to 15. This will become our first equation. Now the second equation. The number obtained by interchanging. The same thing I told you. Interchanging means when you write number, interchange, it will become yx. So this is the ones place and this is the tens place. So interchange number is yx, its form will be 10y plus x. So the number obtained by interchanging the digit exceeds. Look at the words. Exceeds means more. So interchange number exceeds the original number by how much? 9. So this is our equation. So before that, first we will see what is our interchange number. So interchange number will be yx and that will be 10y plus x. Now we will apply this condition. So that will give us the second equation. So here interchange number is 10y plus x is equal to original number. Original number is what? 10x plus y. 10x plus y. Interchange exceeds the original by 9. So this is not in the standard form. We will shift. This will be 10y plus x minus 10x minus y is equal to 9. Further we will see 10y minus y will be 9y. X minus 10 will be minus 9x is equal to 9. We can see 9 is the common factor. We'll simplify it by dividing the equation with 9. So the new equation will be y minus x is equal to 1. Now this is the second equation and this is the first equation. We just have to solve both the equations to get the answer. So in first equation, the order is written as x plus y. Second is written y minus x. We'll make the order same. If you are writing this, x plus y is 15. Second also we will write in the same order is equal to 1. Now you can see these two coefficients are opposite sign. Same, directly we can add the equations. X and minus x will be cancelled. Y plus y is 2y is equal to 15 plus 1 is 16. This gives you the value of y as 8. Now once you get the value of one variable, substitute it any of the equations. Suppose we are going back to this. So x plus y is 15, x plus 8 is 15, x is equal to 15 minus 8, that is 7. So this x is 7, y is 8. What was the assumption? The assumption was let the number be x, y. It means the ones place, that is coming 8, and the tens place is this. So the number is 78. We can check it also. What was the condition? The interchange number. So this is original number. Interchange number will be 87 and interchange number exceeds the original number by 9 it was given to us. So you can see this 87 and 78. What is the difference? If you subtract 9 from it, you will get 78. Or if you are adding 9 in 78, you are getting 87. So this is the check. In word problems, you can check also. So this is first type in which 2-digit number was given and we applied both the conditions. It gave us two equations. After solving the equations x and y, what you got is not the answer. You have to go back to the assumption. It was let the number be xy. So ultimately the number is 78. Let's take the second example. A fraction becomes 1 upon 3. The question is based on the fraction. When 1 is subtracted from the numerator and it becomes 1 upon 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. The question is find the fraction. Fraction is of the type numerator and denominator. So our assumption will be let the fraction be x upon y. So with that we will apply the condition. The very first thing in statement type of sums, word problems, your assumption is very important. And that depends on what they are asking. On the basis of that only we will assume the quantities. So let the fraction be x upon y. Here x is numerator and y is denominator. We will apply the condition. A fraction becomes 1 upon 3. What are we doing? 1 is subtracted from the numerator. Means the new numerator. New numerator, 1 is subtracted from the numerator. And we are not disturbing the denominator. Because only the first condition says 1 is subtracted from the numerator. And denominator is as it is. Then that becomes how much? 1 upon 3. So this is the first case. This is not in the standard form. We will rewrite it. That will be 3 into x minus 1 is equal to y. That is 3x minus 3 is equal to y. So 3x minus y is equal to 3 is the first equation. Now we will apply the second condition. It says that it becomes 1 upon 4. And what we are doing? When 8 is added to its denominator. Means we are not changing the numerator in this case. X is as it is, but 8 is added to the denominator. So the new denominator will be y plus 8. In this case, the fraction becomes 1 upon 4. Again, this is not the standard form. Cross multiply. 4x is equals to y plus 8. So the equation is this. Now we have two equations and two variables. We will solve it. We will write here 3x minus y is equal to 3 and 4x minus y is equal to 8. Now if you see, both the coefficients of y are same and same sign. We had seen same sign, then we have to change the sign. For that we will subtract the equations. So this will be 3x minus 4x, this sign will be changed. So 3x minus 4x will be minus x is equal to, this minus and plus y will be cancelled, 3 minus 8. So that will be minus 5. So we have got the value of x as 5. This will be substituted in any of the equations to get the value of x. So we are taking it in this. So 4x minus y is equal to 8. In place of x you have to take 5. So 4 into 5 minus y is equal to 8. 20 minus y is equal to 8. So 20 minus 8 is y. So what we have got, the value of y as 12. Now what was the assumption? The assumption was that the number be x upon y. So always go back to that. So the number is x upon y. So our fraction is 5 upon 12. So what we have seen, everything is based on, first of all, what is asked. So that should be the assumption. After the assumption, apply the conditions. After applying the conditions, once you have got the value of x and y or whatever variables you have taken, that is not the end. You have to go back to the assumption what it was. So at last you will write, therefore the fraction is 5 by 12. Now let's see the third example. Places A and B are 100 kilometers apart on a highway, and a car starts from point A and another car starts from point B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction, they with the different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. And if they are traveling towards each other, means in the opposite direction, then they meet in 1 hour. We have to find out the speeds of the car. So what is unknown? Speed of the car. Okay. First of all, we will take 2 points A and B. The distance between the points is 100 kilometers. Name first car as A only, second car is B. When they are going in the same direction, this car A, suppose, goes with the speed of x kilometers per hour, and this car B goes with the speed of y kilometers per hour. When they are going in same direction, after some time, and what is the time given? 5 hours. They are meeting, suppose they meet at point D. So distance covered by car A will be AD, and distance covered by car B will be BD. Now this question we will solve with the help of a relation. Speed is equal to distance upon time. This distance is known to us. So distance will be speed into time. Our assumption is speed of car A, x kilometers per hour, speed of car B, y kilometers per hour. Now let's see the distance covered by car A. That will be speed of car A into time. Speed is x and time is 5. Similarly, distance covered by car B will also be speed into time. Its speed is y and time is 5. So this distance dB, which is covered by B, okay, car B, that, and this is distance covered by car A. Now the relation is AD minus BT will be AB. Now how much is AD? AD is 5x and BT is 5y. This distance is 100. Common factor is 5. Divide the equation by 5. This will be x minus y is equal to 20. This is the first case. The second case, cars are moving towards each other. In that case, we will see the relation. Distance is 100. Car A is going towards right, B is coming towards left. Speed is same, assumption x kilometers per hour and this is y kilometers per hour. Now, when they are going in opposite direction, suppose they are meeting at a point C. The distance between A and B is 100 kilometers. So the relation here will be distance covered by car A is AC, distance covered by car B is BC. AC plus BC is equal to 100. So distance covered by car A will be speed into time. Its speed is x, and in this case they are meeting after 1 hour. So 1. Okay. Similarly, distance covered by car B, S into T, that will be Y into 1. The relation here is AC plus BC is equal to AB. Now AC is x plus y is equal to 100. The second equation is x plus y is equal to 100. Now compare these two equations. When you compare these two equations, x plus y is 100 and x minus y is 20. Easy to add the equations because these two coefficients are same and opposite sign, and on adding they will be cancelled. So 2x is equal to 120. X will be 120 by 2, that is 60. What was the assumption? X was speed of car A, so 60 kilometers per hour. Now substitute this x in any of the equations, we'll get the value of y. So the value of y will be 100 minus x, that is 100 minus 60, so 40. So value of y is 40, and what was y? The speed of car B. So 40 kilometers per hour. So what we have seen, that two cars which started from A and B, same direction, meeting in 5 hours, opposite direction, meeting in 1 hour. Their speed is, first cars, the one which is at A, 60 kilometers per hour, second one is 40 kilometers per hour. One thing you notice, that the speed of car A should be more than the speed of car B. Then only after some time it will catch this car B. Okay, so that we have got speed of car A is 60 kilometers per hour and the speed of car B is 40 kilometers per hour. Now see in this example, a boat goes 30 kilometers upstream and 44 kilometers downstream in 10 hours, and in 13 hours it goes 40 kilometers upstream and 55 kilometers downstream. Determine the speed of stream and that of the boat in still water. It is very important to understand what is the meaning of upstream and downstream. If we see the stream, okay, it is going with some speed, and a boat is there which is going in the same direction. You must have noticed when we swim in the same direction of the stream, water helps us. Similar way here, when this boat goes in the same direction, that is called downstream. Speed of stream is if y kilometers per hour, and boat in the still water, its speed is suppose x kilometers per hour. Okay. Then when both are in the same direction, the total speed actually will be x plus y, because this water helps the boat in the same direction when it is going. On the other way, if boat comes in the opposite direction, means stream is in this direction and boat is coming in the opposite direction. Opposite direction we call it upstream. Boat is coming with x kilometers per hour. Stream was y kilometers per hour. So in this case, the speed total, this speed of boat will be its speed minus the speed of the stream. So that will be x minus y. So this we have to understand very clearly what is the meaning of upstream and downstream. Now the boat goes 30 kilometers upstream. So first of all we will assume, let the speed of boat in still water be x kilometers per hour. What are our unknown quantities? Find out the speed of stream and speed of boat. Okay. So let the speed of boat in still water be x kilometers per hour and speed of stream we are assuming as y kilometers per hour. So upstream total speed and downstream speed. Downstream, as I said, both are in the same direction, x plus y. Upstream will be x minus y. Now 30 kilometers. The relation speed is equal to distance upon time. Total time taken is 10 hours in the first case. So time is equal to distance upon speed. Upstream time, first suppose it is t1, 30 kilometers. So that will be distance 30 and speed. Upstream speed is x minus y. Downstream is 44. So that time taken will be distance is 44 and downstream speed will be x plus y. Total, it is covering 30 kilometers and 44 kilometers in how much time? 10 hours. So suppose this total time taken is capital T. So that capital T is given it to us 10 hours. So relation is T is equal to T1 plus T2. It means 10 is equal to 30 upon x minus y plus 44 upon x plus y. This is the first case. Similarly, we will calculate the second one. In second case, what is given? 55 kilometers downstream and 40 kilometers upstream in how many hours? 13 hours. So same on the basis of this, total time is T1 plus T2 and in this case the total time is 13 and first is they are saying 40 kilometers upstream. Upstream will be x minus y and 55 kilometers downstream. So 55 by x plus y. Now look at these two equations. We have to solve these two equations. In my previous lecture I told you when the equations are not in the standard form, we'll reduce them in the standard form. So first we will check how can we reduce them in the standard form. So this is 30 by x minus y. First equation is 10 is equal to 30 upon x minus y plus 44 upon x plus y. Now 30 upon x minus y is equal to 30 into 1 upon x minus y, isn't it? 1 upon x minus y. So this is our assumption. This we can assume as some other variable. So this will be 30a on assuming this 1 upon x minus y as a. Similarly, if we assume 1 upon x plus y as b, then 44 by x plus y will be 44 into 1 upon x plus y. And this 1 upon x plus y is what? B. So this will be 44b. So what is our equation now? 10 is equal to 30a plus 44b. On the same base, what can we do? 13 is equal to 40a, assumption is same, plus 55. So altogether we have got two equations which we have standardized because they are not in the standard form. So we have rewritten it by some assumptions. Now these two equations we have to solve. You can say by equating the coefficients, look at this 30 and 40, suppose we are equating the coefficient of A. So 30 is 3 into 10, 40 is 4 into 10, 10 is common, okay. So what will be LCM? 10 into 3 into 4. This is the rule. Common one first, uncommon all we have to write. So LCM is 120. This 30 we have to make 120, 40 also we have to make 120. So this 30 will be multiplied by 4 and this 40 will be multiplied by 3. So ultimately your equations, I am just writing it on the left hand side to make it more easier. This is 120A plus 44 into 4. 176B is equal to 40. This 3 into 40 will be 120A plus 55 into 3. 165B is equal to 13 3s are 39. Now, same coefficient, same sign. We will subtract the equations, change the sign. This will be minus, this will be, this is cancelled. This is 6 minus 5 is 1, 7 minus 6 is 1. 11B is equal to 1. So the value of B is 1 upon 11. Now the value of B, we will substitute in any of the equations to get the value of A. So here, let's take the first equation. 30A plus 44B is equal to 10. What have we got? B? 1 upon 11. So in place of B, we will substitute 1 upon 11. So that will be 1, 4. 30A is equal to, this 4 will go this side. 10 minus 4, that is 6. So A is equal to 6 upon 30, that is 1 upon 5. Now these are the values of A and B, but in our question it was X and Y. So A is equal to 1 upon 5, that we will equate by the assumption. So 1 upon X minus Y was A. So here 1 upon X minus Y is equal to 1 upon 5. Similarly, the value of B, assumption was 1 upon X plus Y. So here B is 1 upon 11, that is equal to 1 upon X plus Y. Now look at these two. These two are again two equations in X and Y. We will solve it by cross multiplying it. So here it will be X minus Y is equal to 5 and X plus Y is equal to 11. Directly we can add these two equations. X, Y and Y will be cancelled. So twice of X is 16. So X is equal to 8. We'll go back. X minus Y is 5. So 8 minus Y is 5. So that Y is equal to 3. Now what was the assumption? X was the speed of the boat. Y was the speed of the stream. Okay. So according to that, first of all, what we saw upstream and downstream, after assuming upstream and downstream, that was 1 upon X minus Y and 1 upon X plus Y. What you had assumed, whatever values you have got, we'll go back and ultimately we will get the values of X and Y.